In this video, we will be covering how to read entries in the periodic table. We'll cover some important properties of atoms and provide definitions for those properties and show you how you can find them inside of an entry on the periodic table. For this lecture, we are assuming that you are using ptable.com. ptable.com is a great resource, probably one of the best online periodic tables. And it's also the first one. If you just Google periodic table, it's usually the first link to show up. In this class, you'll definitely want to bookmark it. We'll be referring back to this website fairly often. In addition, you can find it in our Google Classroom. In the classroom resource section, you will find a link to ptable.com as well. With that in mind, let's go through a typical entry and identify the different things that we can learn by reading the periodic table. So here we have carbon, very classic example. And we'll notice that there are 4 things in particular that we want to note. The first thing at the top is this number 6. And the number 6 is the atomic number. So we'll always find the atomic number at the top. Underneath that, probably the most striking part of an entry is the chemical symbol. Chemical symbols. And remembering that chemical symbols, as per our last video, are ways that we can write out atoms and identify that atoms are in a compound simply in a chemical formula, for example, simply by using capital letters and lowercase letters. Remembering again that capitalization is critical when we are writing chemical symbols. Underneath that, related to the chemical symbol, is the name of the element in English. An important note here is that it is the name in English. On international periodic tables, it might be in a different language. In this class, everything will be in English. And finally, the last thing to note here is the atomic mass. So this number with the decimals, we can remember that because it's the atomic mass. So we have decimals, so we know it's going to be a mass. Will basically tell us how heavy an individual atom is. So let's go through, let's define some of these terms. So atomic number, starting from top to bottom. Atomic number is, it's the number of protons in an atom. So this says that there are 6 protons in each carbon atom. Additionally, some points to note about the atomic number: they are unique for each element. So in the case of carbon, carbon has atomic number 6. There is no other element on the periodic table that has an atomic number of 6. The only element on the periodic table with atomic number 6 is carbon. The chemical symbol, I don't think we need to define here, so we're going to skip that, and the name as well. But probably the other thing that we want to include, and when we write atomic mass here, we probably, to be very specific, should write average atomic mass is the average atomic mass, or atomic mass. And the average atomic mass is the mass, or the average mass, of an atom. roughly speaking. It's the average mass of an atom. So what this means is that not all carbon atoms weigh 12.011, but if we were to have a giant pile of carbon atoms and we were to pull them out randomly, on average, the mass of each carbon atom would be 12.011. And we'll leave a discussion of average atomic mass in depth to another video. But for now, just to review, we have the atomic number at the top, followed by the chemical symbol, the name in English, and at the bottom, the average atomic mass, which you can remember as a decimal because it's mass, so it goes on. We'll recap there, and that's it.